Hey, hello. Can you hear me? Hey, Björk, good to see you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Yeah, I'm super excited. I've just finished all the recording, 20 hours worth recording. So it took a while, but now we can celebrate the run up to the release. So I'm glad you're excited. Should be a lot of fun. So thank you so much. Hey, Fran, good to see you. Hope you are well. So wait, see if a few more people join. We start some drawing. So yeah, this is actually a preview for my course here. One of the pages was talking about color and blending, so that'll be one of the chapters. Super fun. But the course is mainly going to be about drawing fundamentals from my point of view. I think that is the most important thing, is the foundation, strong drawing skills that will lead to good results. But very, very exciting. And it's a very hands-on course. It's like, it's no like bells and whistles, like trying to be fancy. It's really just showing you what to do, how to achieve it, and then really that's it. So it's nothing that is over the top. It's like, open a page, start drawing, showing you this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. And I think that's the best way, and I wouldn't have it any other way because I'm not a very fancy person, so. I mean, I did have concerns about that, to be honest. I was like, okay, do I need to make this with loads of like fancy things? And I just thought to be myself and just show what I know or show what I've learned. I think that's, hopefully that comes across. So it will launch in 28 days, which is 8th of August. So I'm going to try and stream at least every day, which is kind of crazy. And the run up as we count down to the release. So it's going to be super fun. And again, if anyone has any questions or wants to know anything in particular, then please feel free to ask me and I'll see if I can help you out. There's also a good bit in there about perspective, drawing faces in perspective, which I know something I get asked a lot. So there was a big section on that too, which is a super fun one. Again, it's all from my perspective, so it might be ways of drawing you haven't seen before, but I think will be super useful. Okay, some more stuff here. Again, I can't show you too much, but I can show you some stuff. I also have a bunch of custom brushes that I've made for the course, exclusively for the course, that you can add to your collection. And there's some fun stuff in there. Got this sort of crayon. I call this one Willow. It's like Willow charcoal. So not easy to use, but you can see it's super fun. Gives you some really interesting results, especially if you're using a shadow style. It is fun, and the course is titled Character Design with Energy, Style and Soul, and using different types of brushes is a great way to capture that. I think it's easy with digital for things to be really stiff, especially if you're not used to create line weights and things. How to control your lines. We can end up with a sort of plasticky digital look, especially when using just black. That can be a big problem. So this course is really about how to be confident with expressing yourself, just going straight in and really not being afraid of the canvas. That is the key, right? To not be afraid. And we've all been there, or we're suffering with that at the moment, where we look at a blank canvas and we just don't know. We're too scared. This happens a lot in traditional sketching as well, where you're up in the corner of the page, up here somewhere, and you're drawing and you're just scared to do anything. And that's also something that can be a big issue. But yeah, hopefully with this course you'll be able to express yourself, be a bit more free in your drawing, and not be tied down to too many rules and restrictions. Okay, hopefully you'll learn to break the rules a little bit. Hopefully that helps you in your own artistic journey. It's all about expressing ourselves, not being afraid, but how to get out of that is sometimes the hardest part. A lot of it is to do with confidence, as well as just general understanding and putting it all into place. Again, if anyone's here, I've got 6 viewers at the moment, don't be shy, say hello in the chat. Let's get some conversation going. Whatever we want to talk about, doesn't have to be art related. But I assume mostly, usually it is mostly art related, but I heard some people talking about the most random things in one of the streams. This may be my 3rd or 4th stream, so still very new to all of this, but it is very exciting to connect with you all on a deeper level. And hopefully over the next 28 days and get to know each other a little bit more. I'll probably be streaming around the same times. I think it's a good time zone around now to catch most people. I might do some at some other times to get some people who maybe miss the streams. Here's another one with some custom brushes, some quick little scribbles. Again, this is the other Willow brush that I created. It's a bit more refined than this one. See, this one has a lot of texture, but if you want a little bit more control, you can use this one instead. It's a little bit tighter. Gives nice structure as well. I can actually show you here. Here it is. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's Willow 1. And this is Willow 2. Might have to change the setting on there. transfer on. Yes, that's the more textured one, as you can see. And then we've got this one, which is a lot tighter. If you do vertical lines, you get thin. If you do horizontal, you get thick. So a nice variety there in texture that you can add in, which is awesome. Okay, so again, I'm showing you some previews here. Again, I cannot show you all of it, especially the finished characters. So I might get in trouble if I do that, but I can show you some of this stuff. This one is also more refined, sort of tighter brush as well, and this one is called Chaos. The reason is it's like controlled chaos. If I make it super duper big, a bit bigger than that, you can see this is actually the brush here, but if you refine that down to a smaller, you get a lot more control on there. Which is awesome. Okay, so definitely look forward to trying out these brushes again. They'll be exclusive to the course, but I think they are quite fun to play around with. Here's another one I made. This one is the Inker's Fine Line. So this one was for more, this again, take to another technical level. You can do much thinner lines on there, and this one is super fun as well. If you want a bit more control, you can do that. So yeah, it was really fun making these, and I hope that you'll be able to get some use out of them when you are experimenting. Really, that is the key to improving your skills as well. Trying new things, making sure you are testing yourself in different ways. That is very, very important. So make sure you are playing around, trying different brushes. Got this one here, Blocking, which is really just for doing some sort of deep shadows. And again, it has a nice bit of control as well, so you can do quite structured stuff with shadowing, which I know a lot of you are excited about. I get asked about this all the time, about doing this kind of style. And I'll have a good section on that in the course as well. But in the streams, I'll give you some previews of stuff that's coming up in the course. So really looking forward to these. Again, this will be the first one. Hopefully we'll be doing this. I'm going to aim to do this every day until the course releases, just to build up some momentum. And yeah, really excited about that. So yeah, this is the Blocking one, really for those chunky kind of shadows, but again, you get this nice variety in lines. See that? Very, very nice. Has a nice bit of texture as well, so you can avoid maybe having it too flat. Get those really nice shadows in there for that beautiful blocky style that I love. Very, very cool. Is this the one and only? Hey boss, hey, how's it going? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for all your support as well. I really appreciate it. It is awesome to connect with you all and share this. I'm super excited. It's a really big moment for me, releasing my first course through Colosso. Been a bit of a journey to get it completed, but we are almost there. So thank you, that's all I can say. Thank you so much. So yeah, so that was a Blocking tool that you can use. I also have another one called Enigma. So this one is kind of crazy, actually. show you actually this one. Again, a little preview for what's to come. So this one is really, this is a crazy brush. Really interesting. I've never really seen a brush like this before, but can happen by happen chance. Is that word? Happen chance? But I wasn't really expecting it. You can do some crazy stuff. This is not something I expect you to do. You know, beautiful finished things, but it's really fun to play around with and just to try and absorb some of the energy from when you place your pen onto the page and get some really awesome stuff. And I should have made a new layer for this, but didn't, so let me make a new one. Watch from the cafe, but got to sup the beautiful, oh, thank you very much. That's awesome. All the boys and girls are here. Hey guys, yeah, we've got a few people, we've got 10 viewers at the moment. Some people are being shy and not saying hello, but thank you so much to those who are watching. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Yeah, so showing you this really crazy brush that I made. Again, really nice for warm-ups and gesture, and you can really mess around with that and have some fun. This is more sort of the fun one, where the other ones are more for technical drawings and really finished stuff. This stuff is this one is like just for having fun, right? And again, I think we lose that a lot of the time. We're so hell-bent on drawing 100 boxes or, you know, studying like crazy. Sometimes it's good to just have fun with like a new toy. You know, we should all try and channel our inner child and just have fun. That to me is the everything. This is why we're not, you know, doing art isn't just to, if you want to do a career, that's, you know, that's fine, but we should always remember why we're doing art. I feel called out. Yeah, wait, what part? But is it the boxes thing? Was it the boxes thing? Yeah, no. Listen, I'm not someone I never went down the boxes route. I've always just tried to draw as organically as possible. I've just avoided it, and I think I feel a bit lucky that I've managed to avoid that, because I know you can get into a draw 100 boxes mentality, and, you know, by box 50 you're already a zombie with red eyes. So, you know, it's interesting, you know, some people, it's they preach the gospel to draw boxes and shapes, like, you know, similar shapes or cubes, but for me, I really never went down that route. Everything I do is done in as organically as possible. And does that make me, you know, perfect? No, because I still make a lot of mistakes, but I wouldn't have it any other way, because I feel like I've learned to draw with a lot of expression, and I think for me that's the most important thing. I never feel like I'm drawing within myself. I like to say I'm drawing outwards by drawing intuitively, and it's something I stress a lot in the course as well. Drawing with intuition and instinct rather than a set of rules, right? Stuck in the learning and not creating. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a difficult one to balance, but you should always try, and I mentioned this as well in the class, to at least try and have some sort of project or something, even if it was like, you know, I want to be able to draw a character, you know, in this style, or I want to draw a group of characters. I remember, you know, when I was, gosh, many years ago, I wanted to draw space pirates. I really just had this idea. I was watching a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy, and I just really wanted to draw my own space pirates with like pink skin, and, you know, and I did it. I drew some space pirates in like a sort of composition, like in 3 portraits, one burly guy, one like blue girl, can't remember the other one. But yeah, it was super fun. Just having something like that to inspire you is sometimes just enough doesn't have to be a full-scale project. Some people say, oh, you know, aim to do your own comic or something. It doesn't have to be huge grand scale, but just having something and doing your studies alongside that is something you can build towards getting better at. You know, for example, doing something like Space Pirates. I really want to do Space Pirates again. Something about them that's just quite, I don't know what it is. It's just something mysterious and interesting. I prefer Space Pirates over normal pirates, that's for sure. I've never been into that, you know, normal pirates that much, to be honest. So yeah, anyway, yeah, so this is a brush that is a crazy one that is, again, just for fun. Don't expect you to do finished illustrations. If you do that, I want to see it, because I'd be really impressed if you could do some finished illustrations with this brush. But it's not for that really. It's for just having fun, playing around, and just, you know, just enjoying yourself and learning what it's like to draw with freedom and draw with it's almost like you're a kid again. Just, you've got a new toy and you just want to try it. And yeah, I think it's super fun, really crazy. Yeah, that's why I called it Enigma, because I don't understand what's happening when I'm drawing it. I do not know what this brush is doing. It's just so crazy weird. What the hell? Look at that. Enigma. Bizarre. The good thing is that I love learning, so I'm not mad, but there's still stuff I want to do. It's always a little like, when I learn that, then I can try to do that, but you never stop learning. Yeah, and look, you should. That's always, we're always learning. Art's one of those things. There's a mountain, the peak of the mountain that nobody will ever reach. Maybe Kim Jong-il got close, but you know, we can always learn more. I know he could draw like a plane engine for imagination, so, but there's probably something from imagination he couldn't draw, which means he could still improve. So it's just one of those things. We're always learning, but we have to keep it fun at the same time, because otherwise that's going to lead to burnout. And I can't remember last time I had burnout, because, in fact, gosh, yeah, because I'm always drawing as well as doing study. I mean, I haven't done studies recently because of the course. That's taken all my time, but I was doing studies as I've been learning how to draw better. I've also been drawing fan art, you know, characters I really love, and having that balance really helps. That's Paradox, 100% right in that. How was London? Yeah, London was great. I know, honestly, London was awesome. It was really hot for someone from Scotland. It was 34 degrees, which is like double what our summer temperature is. And yeah, that was, but it was so busy. I mean, it's kind of overwhelming. Like, you turn a corner and it's like there's just something happening, or some event, or some huge crazy building with like so much history. Yeah, London is quite something. Went a little boat tour as well, which was fun, and saw all of the sights. So yeah, it was great. Also went to an art store, got some brush pens, a couple of bamboo sketchbooks. I want to start using markers. Just do some practice with that, because I'd like to do some part of this. I got invited to be an auctioneer. No, that's not the word. So there's a website called Raremark where you can commission your stuff, but it's like VIP only, and I got invited to that. And basically comic collectors will see your work and they can bid on it. It's quite interesting. I haven't done anything for it yet though, so I feel bad because it's been so busy. And again, I don't really do comic stuff or comic characters, so something I need to, I don't think it'd be too much of a problem, but it's not something I do very often. And it is traditional as well, so as I'm mostly a digital artist, I want to learn how to use like the simple markers and things, so I got those sketchbooks to play around with. So yeah, that was but yeah, that was great. That store was called the London, I can't remember what it's called, London Stationery something. But yeah, like 2 floors, so much good stuff. You could be there for hours, to be honest. But yeah, I had a really good time. Thank you. I also had my base pirate obsession phase after watching Treasure Planet. Oh gosh, Treasure Planet! What a movie that is. That really takes me back. That is honestly such an underrated movie. Like, how many people actually mention Treasure Planet? I loved that when I was a kid. It was so good. They need to make. Oh gosh, I hope Disney doesn't do their cash grab live action remake of it. I will cry. They're butchering so many movies with that. These cash grabs. Man, but a fully animated Treasure Planet 2D sequel would be insane, but we know it's never going to happen because of Disney. So, I said Burnout. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, Burn what exactly? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Burnout is. The VIP status opens doors. Yeah, no, it was crazy. They were like, here's a special invite to be one of our artists for our comic website. So again, I love comic characters, love all the Marvel films. I'm not big into comic reading, but certainly comic characters. Spider-Man, I really love Spider-Man, and the games as well. The Marvel versus Capcom games, I absolutely adore those. The art style and those are amazing. So yeah, it's something I want to get into. So I'll have some more time to work on that. Okay, so I think I've shown you all the brushes that I made. So there's a little sneak preview. Oh yeah, there's this one as well, which was what was it? Chaos Refined. Yeah, so this one is like Chaos, but has a little taper at the end. If you see that, if I zoom in there, you see that nice little taper. So you can add a little bit more subtlety when you're drawing. So to me, it's a really good brush to really play around with, because you can just go a little bit lighter and then you can play around with it. It's pretty cool. See, you can add little soft areas wherever you want, and it is super duper fun. I'll just show you here a demonstration. Again, this is for those of you who have just joined, the preview for my little upcoming course that's coming out. So this is the countdown to that. It's a really beautiful brush, this one. So we're just gonna we're just sort of chilling here. It's not really any kind of crazy stream. Just want to get this up and running. And if you have any questions or anything, then let me know. Yeah, so very, very nice. You can see you can just taper it out. That's what gets you that result. I like this one. Willow one's cool as well, but this one is like, I call it willow because it's like willow charcoal, but it's almost like pixels. Oh yeah, can you let me know if you can hear the music as well? Because I've got music on, but I don't know if you can hear it. And this one I like because if you do vertical lines, you get these sharp ones. If you do horizontal lines, you get that. So that's quite cool as well. That's awesome. I just love playing around with new stuff. Crazy. But when is merch coming? I need the and oh god, what the well that escalated. Well, that is still in the pipeline. Yeah, maybe who knows? Maybe I'm missing out on. Maybe there's a market there for that. I had to delete Krita because it took 250 gigabytes worth of space. Hey, Dragon Spiral Tower. Wait, so hold on, wait, I haven't used Krita, that's like, sorry, just remind me, I'm sometimes a bit slow. So Krita is like is it a free art program, like an art application? That's a lot of space. How can it take up 250 gigabytes? Was that from files or just the program itself? That's crazy. Okay, you hear the music. Perfect. Yep, Krita is an art program. The recorded videos took most of the space. Gosh. Oh, so you were recording videos. Sorry, I guess, like I said, I'm a bit slow sometimes. So that videos you're taking for... Sorry, have I missed something? Also, hello, hey, LMAO Kai 1563. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, you asked the same question as me. Speed recording, sorry, yeah, I'm catching up now. Oh, that's insane. How can it take up that much? I mean, even the videos I was making for my course were up to an hour long, but even for the hour ones, it was about 2 gigabytes. So that's crazy. I mean, that's, I need to know what's going on there because that doesn't seem quite right. Yeah, it sounds like the file size is the files are trying to take control. Can your hard drive handle this? Anyway, yeah, so this is where was I? Yeah, this one is the Willow Brush, the more chaotic one. We can do some cool stuff with this as well. Don't know why I'm drawing a wizard at the beach, but yeah, it's just to show you how you can play around with this. It's really fun. I'm happy with my Ibis Paint on mobile. I felt like paying one time for Clip Studio was worth it, at least for me. PS is too damn expensive. Krita is a little too free. Like something could be too free. I know, but I get what you mean. Yeah, something feels like it's free. Absolutely. I just started digital and drawing in general a month ago. Krita is nice. Yeah, I mean, again, I haven't used Krita. I heard good things about Clip Studio. I know that one is quite popular. I just use Photoshop and I use Sketchbook Pro as well. So I've got students' artwork on here. This is a shout out to my student Levi, who took this one and then he did this one after some improvements. And this is like a tiny traditional, this is like must be A6 or A7 size. So he wants to be a Magic the Gathering artist, and got him in touch with my good friends who paints for Magic the Gathering, who lives near me in Scotland, a few hours away up north, and got them connected and this is fantastic. Really big improvements there. So shout out to Levi. He is one great guy. So let me just show you. So yeah, Sketchbook Pro is fantastic. Really good thing about Sketchbook Pro, it loads up super fast. It has some nice tools, not as complex as maybe Photoshop or others, but has some nice stuff. You know, some nice things. I mean, you can't really go too crazy with the brushes, but there's enough there to, you know, have some, you know, variety. So no real issue there. The good thing about Sketchbook Pro is with colors, so something that Photoshop doesn't have. So one thing you can do is if you take the color picker and say you choose orange here, what you can do is it'll show you the complementary color to orange, oops, which would be blue. So if you're doing a painting and, you know, you've got a lot of orange in it and you need a complementary color, then you can use this and it'll show you the complementary color to that, and also do it in terms of split complementary, so give you a three-way color palette you can use as well, and so on and so forth. Okay, into even a four-way color palette too, so really good for that. And you can also save all your little swatches as well in here, which is cool too. It's awesome. What else can you do? Yeah, you've got these little this is cool. So you get these little environments, so you can color pick from these landscapes any colors that you like, which is quite unusual, but I think it's very interesting. So yeah, those are some of my favorite ways. Again, really easy to navigate. Use spacebar to zoom in and out, and rotate. Rotating is great as well on this. You can just do that, hold V, and then boop. Really easy to do. You can also rotate the canvas as well. Forget how to do that. Is it Control R? Is it R? No. Forget now. Whoa. Yeah, just to try, Digital Krita is super good, and in the end, it's not about the tool used, but how you use it. Very, very wise advice. A lot of artists, you know, they worry so much about the tool and the brush, but that doesn't make the artist. About how much you dedicate yourself, focus on your drawing, do your studies, and are disciplined enough to keep that up. Also, the asset store for Clip Studio is very good. Yeah, I'll need to check it out for sure. So yeah, no, I really love Sketchbook Pro. Very simple layer system as well. Yeah, very simple. So just have it on the side, new layer, hide, unhide, and then a lot of the things you'll see, again, not as extensive as Photoshop, but a lot of things you can rely on, mostly multiply for sure if you want to do color stuff. But they also have this interesting thing that is it this one? It'll straighten your line for you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can do. I mean, I don't use this, but I think it's pretty cool. What's this? Enabled only draw with pen. What does that mean? What does this mean? Huh. Does that mean I can't draw with the... I'm so confused. Yeah, guess we'll never know. So yeah, all your perspective stuff is there. And also easy, I mean, undo slots, you can use so many undo slots as well, which is a blessing and a curse, to be honest. So, but for color, it's fantastic. So, really recommend trying it. It's also free. I mean, I got the £15 version just for the extra stuff, but yeah, even if it's just free, it's absolutely fine. Remember this one's is cool. I call this the Eliza brush. If you're doing you can use like a, let me find, maybe this one. You can do a figure and then just pump this in quickly, and then use this brush to do Elisa style shading on top, which is you know, it's not easy to recreate her style digitally, but something you can mess around with. Very nice. Very, very nice. How do I get 1-to-1 figure on Saturday, big man? Maybe some guys here want to take the chance. Yeah, so... right, so yeah, I will be doing an announcement possibly today, tomorrow. I'd like to do it today, and that will be... Yes, it'll be a live stream on Saturday, Sunday. It'll be through Google Meet, won't be through here. It'll be an interactive live stream with one-to-one feedback. So, you know, we will be drawing together on canvas through Magma, and yeah, it'll be about possibly 10 feedback slots. Wait, either 5 or 10, probably 10, and I'll give you some live feedback there and then on how your drawing is. So it'll be focus on faces, keep it simple, and yeah, so we need to look out for that on Instagram, that post, because it'll be like first time people, because I can't do it with I can't give everybody the feedback at once, so it's limited to 10 people. So you just need to look out for that announcement on Instagram. So yeah, like I said, it'll be free, so it's just an excitement to the course coming out. There'll be some free feedback sessions that you can get, so make sure you're fast on the speed dial. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the Autodesk Sketchbook preview. I don't think there's anything else I missed, but yeah, it's great to just, again, it opens up so fast, you can just get drawing straight away, really smooth interface. I might actually do a video on this at some point, just trying to show the basics of using that. But when I do that, I've got a lot of videos that I want to do, and that's going to be yeah, I need to put a list of videos together and start putting those out. Again, thanks so much for the support on the recent ones, really appreciate it. Okay, what's that? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so I think I showed you all the brushes now. I think so. So yeah, again, if you're interested in the course, you'll get these brushes to use, to play around with. Again, hopefully, if you need to see how to use them, you can come back to this, but I'll just be showing you how to use them in the course anyway. But yeah. Again, if you have any questions, again, this is a very chill stream. We're not doing anything too crazy, just getting things up and running. If you have any questions, anything you're struggling with, or anything you want to ask me personally, not too personal, well, just ask me whatever you want. Yeah, just feel free to ask. I know we have 13 viewers here, so if you're feeling shy, don't be afraid to say hello. Don't need to ask a question. Just say hello, and I'll give you a little shout out. So I do read all the comments, so I try to. Sometimes I go too fast, and my brain can't quite keep up. Okay, shall we keep going then? Here's some cool writing as well. I really love this brush. Okay, let's continue. Again, we're just having fun, nothing crazy. Who's your biggest inspiration at the moment? It's a really good question. I mean, I always stress that my biggest influence is Wesley Burt, and that's never changed. I still look up to Wesley Burt by a long way. His ink sketches are still some of the best I've ever seen. Actually, I'll actually show you if any of you haven't heard of him. But just give me a second. Yeah, I mean, this is my biggest influence. You probably see it in my style a little bit as well. See some of these just absolutely stunning, gorgeous drawings. I just can't get over how good these are, and you see the energy, and it's just so beautiful. And the crazy thing is, he's not even an artist. Like, he did this for a brief period of time, but he doesn't do it anymore. So I felt, it's interesting because at the time I was like, man, why is he not? I even asked him on his years ago, his comment is like, are you gonna do more ink sketches? Like, so I thought, okay, there's a gap here, maybe I can fill it. But in reality, my goal was always to try and aspire to his level. I always say this, like, you should find an artist or find artwork that really moves you. Like, when I looked at his work, it was just something hit me, like as I say here, a ton of bricks really hit me. I was like, I need to be able to do this. I need to understand how they're making this magic happen. And for me, it was like, even looking at it now, I still get that same feeling. So if you can find that yourself, that's, I think, something that, I don't know, it's just, can't explain it. It's like, it just lights a fire in you, and I've held on to that for so long, and it carried me a long way. So that is still been my biggest influences. Actually, this artist here is actually a new influence of mine, a Chinese artist. Can't quite remember the name. Wenzuzu, yeah, they have some stunning sketches, and I'm just a big fan of them. Again, similar style actually. It's one of those crazy artists from China. I mean, look at this stuff. This is what the hell? That's just ridiculous. Absolutely insane. So another big one. So at the moment they're up there, I would say. But again, something I only recently found. So yeah, I'll get back to your next question in a second. Just want to show you some more of this artist. I mean, this is just, what is even going on here? I love this one. The shapes. Look at the shapes here. Technical line work. Just presentation is also stunning. I mean, that's fantastic. Just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal work. That's crazy as well. I mean, just got that sort of that Chinese brushwork style. Beautiful. Look at this posing. This one, this is one of my favorites. I think the perspective, the tight line work mixed with the darker blacks here. It's just everything I love. It's just so good. Yeah, the horse ones are just ridiculous. So often I find a new artist these days, and then I get this feeling where like this is definitely, he's definitely, or he or she, don't want to say what their gender, but I don't know, but just phenomenal. Wow. It's a bit older now, so it seems like they weren't doing as much ink stuff. Maybe this is cool as well. The presentation of this artist is just phenomenal. Look at this, the Kuma, getting a bit older, so we can see the improvements though, for sure. In fact, go back, look at the style change. I mean, this is what they were doing before. That's incredible how they completely revamped their style from before. I mean, this was what, 11 years ago, so I mean, that's quite a big difference. And then eventually they totally revamped their style. They were doing more paintings. Like, that's a complete turnaround in style. Yeah, so, you know, phenomenal. Look at the perspective on this one. Like, what the? That is absolutely insane. Wowzers. Sorry, I see you're all asking questions. Let me get back to you. What would be something you would tell the younger Drew the knowledge you have now? Well, you know, I always say this, if I could go back in time, when I first discovered concept art, I had no clue. In fact, even slightly before that, I mean, I was kind of a late starter, and not in terms of being into art, but just in terms of knowing what to do. I was just doodling, scribbling. I had no idea about studying, about using references, how to practice. I was like, you know, I had just no idea. So I could go back with the knowledge I have now. I mean, geez, I know, but at the time when I didn't have a clue, I was, you know, not drawing for weeks, and I'd draw some, and then maybe it'd be a month or two, I'd go back to playing games. I didn't have any idea. It wasn't until I found certain artists like Dave Raposa on conceptart.org, you know, and he was posting every day on that forum, and he had like a 50, 60, 70 pages of studying, practicing, trying stuff. He was so determined. Now he's one of the best artists around, but at that time when he was like still in the early stages, I could see what he was doing and how much he was improving. He was getting feedback as well, which also really helped from like professionals on that website. But then I realized, okay, so that's what you have to do. Now it's not easy to just copy someone like that with that kind of discipline and just do it. So that took time to develop that point of like, okay, I need to start, you know, doing this like every day. You can't just suddenly become that person. Everyone has different levels of discipline. Some just never get it, right? And that's one of the biggest hurdles of being an artist. Some people just, they don't get it. And so after seeing that, I realized, okay, so this is what, you know, what it takes. And so if I could go back, I would, you know it with the maturity I have now. Oh yeah, I would absolutely just be going crazy every day. Not crazy, maybe it's a bit extreme, but I would be much more consistent in my studying. I would know what I needed to do, and I would just work super hard to achieve what I've achieved a lot earlier in life, because it has been a long sort of hard road. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would go back and revamp myself. I would be drawing way more consistently. That would be the goal. Sorry, I missed a question. Sorry, didn't I? As a newbie, what should I focus on when trying to study and copy from other artists? Yeah, so very important to study from other artists. I think it should be a big part of your studying. And I think studying from other artists is more useful than actually studying from photos. Photos can often be flat, can have bad references. It's not, you know, the real world is always going to be the best reference, but when you're studying other artists, really try and understand why they did what they did, whether it's like a certain color change or color combination, the shape. Try and really analyze it, try and break it down bit by bit. You're really trying to copy it as most accurately as you can. Okay, when you're doing a photo, you don't have any reference points. When you do artist study, you can see how they solved the problems and how they got to a solution, which gives us an idea of how to tackle that solution. And when we do like photos, that can often be lost. You have a reference point. If you do a study of a Kim Jung-gi or, you know, Sargent, you know, you have it's the highest level possible. It's an amazing reference point for this is what can be achieved. How do I achieve that? Okay, maybe we can't get to their level, they're like geniuses, but it gives us that opportunity for our brain to absorb that information. So you're really trying to accurately copy it bit by bit, analyze things, look at your one compared to theirs, what's missing, those are the keys, and yeah, a really valuable exercise. So hopefully that helped you. Is there something specific I should focus on in my regiment right now? I've been working on gesture and some figure, mannequin, drawing. Like I need to see where you're at with your work, but gesture's always good. Keep doing that as much as you can. Figure mannequin drawing is good as well. You said you're doing master studies from other artists. Okay, that's good as well. Depending on the artist, make sure it's artists you really, like I said, choose someone you really love. Something when you see their work really means something to you. So make sure you're choosing the right people. Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, I don't know what stage you are in your journey, but it seems like you have a good balance there of gestures, figure type drawing. I think what you should do is make sure to add some fun stuff in there as well as those kind of studies, like draw your favorite characters, try and apply what you've learned. I think that'd be really important. I think if we miss that balance, we can easily get stuck. So make sure you're drawing stuff that you really want to draw. I made a video about this a couple of weeks ago. Make sure you're also drawing things that mean something to you, like whether it's, in that case I was drawing Dragon Ball characters, which I have a huge passion for. So yeah, again, I need to see where you are in your journey to see what you need to work on, but sounds like you're doing okay. Just need to add a bit more balance there from what I can see. So again, just doing some fun stuff here on the first stream. Countdown to the course launch in 28 days. Super duper excited. I've got to say bye to Basti. Thank you so much for joining, and it's great to have you here. Hopefully see you in the next one. Yeah, watch that Dragon Ball video. I got to start drawing more stuff I like, but sort of not fun. Sort of when it turns out, not as good. Yeah, and that's something it's something you just have to. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough when something's not as good as you want. But your hit rate. I call it the hit rate. If you do 10 drawings, one of them comes out really amazing. That's still great. Okay, because we're not gonna be able to draw something really good every time. But the better you get, the the higher level that hit rate is. So suddenly 3 out of 10 drawings you're happy with, and 4. But also, if you are practicing a lot, there's going to be a gap between how quickly your brain picks up your improvements. Okay, so you might be looking at something and your brain's like, this isn't good enough. If you've been in a lot of studying, that's usually sometimes a good thing, because it means you're aware that you can do better, and your brain knows that you can do better. It's like a mental thing. So that's if you do something and you show me, you're like, this is the best work I've ever done. Okay, then that could be an issue that you can, on the opposite side, you're doing something and does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but there is a gap between when you're studying a lot and trying to keep up with your progress, and you just need to try and understand if something's not as good as you want it to be, it means you're capable of better. If something's the best thing you've ever done, then you just keep going. Okay, you keep going until you can improve on that. Okay. Oh, where'd the music go? That's better. Yeah, keep the blah blah blah. Keep the questions coming. Again, I can see we've got 12 viewers in here, which is amazing. So if you have anything you want to ask me about the course or just in general, please ask away while I am here. Do not be shy. Hello, Ernest Sleep. Thank you so much for joining. Good to see you. One of my Discord's finest has joined us. Yeah, and again, thanks so much everyone for joining and jumping in. If you are drawing along, if not, thanks for being here anyway. The nice point about hit rate, I read that it's more impactful to compare your bad drawings in the past to bad drawings you make now, so you can see improvement between the two. Yeah, and this is why sketchbooks are such a great thing, because it's so easy for us to just pick up a sketchbook we can look through the old sketches and you can see a big improvement there. It's easy to just flick through. When you're digital, going through files and folders can be a bit of a pain, but sketchbooks are fantastic just for seeing where you were and seeing where you are now. And yeah, the bad drawings you make now, that's fine, because again, if you're studying a lot, it's usually a sign where you can do better. Okay, whereas when you look at the ones way back, you'll see, okay, yeah, I have improved, and that takes time to then jump again. So a few months later, then look at the drawings you're doing now, and you'll see the difference, as long as you keep up the studying, of course, or you plateau because you're not doing things the right way. But it sounds like you are, so wouldn't worry too much about that. This is drawing, but it's the really good drawing every once in a while that makes you forget all the bad ones, inspires you. Yeah, like I said, you are going to do bad drawings, that you cannot avoid that, but the more you practice, the more consistent you're going to get, and the more sort of hit rate goes up, and you'll do more consistent drawings that are better quality, but you have to put in the work to keep getting to that point. Okay. Cool, let's keep going. Again, just having fun with this stream, just a chill one, having a good chat. Like I said, I'll be streaming, gonna try and stream for the next 28 days up until the course launch. Really excited about it, so hope you are too. That'll be launching 11th of August. Okay, let's just have some fun with this. Again, if you have any questions or just want to say hi, make sure to drop them in the chat. For everyone joining, thank you so much. Make sure to say hello. Who says we can't have pink skin and blue hair? Let's get 14 viewers. Come on, stop being shy. Make sure to say hello. I'm ready to answer questions. If you just want to sit and enjoy, then that's fine. Again, we're just having fun. We're just playing around here with some the custom brushes that I made for the course and just having a general good time. Any tips for creating a cohesive color palette? Yeah, so again, this is something I was actually recorded a video on this for the course last couple of days. So when you're choosing color palette, it's good to just keep it simple. That's what I like to do for this example. Got the base tone, shadow, here. Okay, if you notice something, we have a balance here, warm and cold, and that is really important. Okay, so we want a balance of warm and cold. So try not to overshoot too much in one direction. If you do it all red, then it's not quite as strong. That's one thing. Also, when you're choosing your shadow and lighter colors, make sure you are shifting the slider here. So if you look at the slider on the right, see how it changes. So here's the base tone, here's the shadow color, base tone, shadow color. Okay, see the slider? Always change that. Because if I were to just take the base tone, just do it darker, it loses vibrancy, right? So you shift the hue, create that vibrancy, and you do that for everything. So do it for the lips, do it for the hair as well. So you take your hair color, either shift it up or down, make it darker, and you get a nice color for the vibrancy. Look at that, fantastic, right? So it's something that you just need to get used to, and you can use that for your color palette create something. You also want a complementary color there. So here, something is a primary color. Again, you can look at this. You've got the pink, and then you've got the blue. You want to mix up the colors you're going to use. Okay, so for complementary color, you could use something like sort of green, maybe green, something like that. In this case, maybe you want something a bit warmer, so you can go to sort of nice kind of yellow, which can complement. See, that gives that real vibrancy, right? And then your complementary color there. There's a color palette you can use already. You just made up just by playing around. Okay. Always say the base tone is the key. So, or sorry, the base tone doesn't matter. You can use any base tone, right? You cannot, if the drawing has a good foundation, the base tone doesn't matter. You know, I could do like a green base tone, right? This still works. The problem is when you choose, it's the next step after a year. A lot of people go wrong, and this is where it goes wrong. They'll choose some aberration of a color choice, right? And then it just turns awful. But the base tone should not matter. It's what you use after that in terms of the shadow, color, shifting the color tones either up or down. Make sure you're shifting the hue, and that way you're going to get much more vibrancy in your color scheme. Okay, the more you do that, the more you'll get used to it, and it'll start to make a lot more sense. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I know you mentioned a few already, but art's at the top of your head, and so it's your style. So I mentioned Wesley Burt, who I showed you a bit earlier, if you were here. Kim Jung-gi, I studied a lot of Kim Jung-gi. I'm a massive fan of his work. Obviously, I've been doing a Kim Jung-gi drawing here. Shinkawa is a newer one over the last couple of years. Yoji Shinkawa, I just love his style. The way he uses sort of, you know, dark shadows and really carves out his shapes that way is huge influence to me. Those are my top three. Karl Kopinski as well, though style wise I'm not really that influenced by him, but he's a big inspiration, so I still look up to him a lot. Yeah, those are the main ones. I'm trying to think of who else. Yeah, those are the main ones. What should a person who has little to no knowledge and experience start at? Hey, Kairos, Aiden. So, a person who has little to no knowledge and experience. Now, that's a great question, and so I'm guessing you're at a very early stage. So, I always say, again, I mentioned this to someone else, don't have any pressure on yourself. Just focus on things like, obviously, you're going to do, if you really want to get better, you need to do the studies. Gesture drawing, figure drawing, try and get involved in that. That's something anyone can start at, and it's a great way to see your progression as well. Okay, so if you can get involved with that, that's good, but you want to be drawing things that you really love. So make sure to do a little bit of research as well, and just think about things that really mean a lot to you, whether it's space, sci-fi, you know, a certain show, you know, could be Digimon or something, I don't know, something that you have a huge passion for. You know, try and write down these things and then just start drawing those. Having fun with it is the most important thing. And then it's a case of see where you're at, and then it's about improvement. Okay, how do I get better at this? And that's when your mind should start problem solving. Then you start researching more, looking at how do I get better at this? And that's the key. But definitely just take it easy. Start off with your gesture drawing and just simple stuff. And then you just try and build on that from there. That would be my advice. Hey Jay, good to see you here. It's the main man himself. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I'm glad to see you're excited about the course. Yeah, I'm very excited about the release. So this is the first stream. we're doing in anticipation of the course. So yeah, it's gonna be good. So I hope that answered question, Kairos. Yeah, and also try and find artists in the field that really inspire you. That was a great reason I got, a kick of motivation when I discovered what was possible. And not all artists will make you feel that way, but try and find the ones that really hit you as if I want to be able to do this. That was huge for me. Okay, let's keep going. I think recently I figured what I want to do, which is manga. And my favorite is Bleach. Tate Kubo, I've not heard of that one. Yeah, it was an answer I haven't heard before. I have a ton of answers or a ton of questions. Yeah, and that's great. That's fantastic. You already have a goal there, so I would definitely look up some of your favorite manga, some of your favorite manga artists, look up how they learned, and do some studies of those. Bleach, some fantastic character designs there you can copy, practice from, and again, that's a great way of improving and keeping it fun as well and heading towards your goal. So I think you're in a good place, and if you need any additional help, just let me know. One of my students actually is doing a similar thing with manga. They're on an additional course as well as mine, so if any of you are interested in the mentorships, I do have some spaces available. You can sign up on my website, andrewrussellart.com. And it's a lot of fun. You get live feedback, one call a week, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, let's BRB. Hello, hello. I have returned. What have I missed? Basically classic. Jewelry course cover, gesture drawing, illustrative finding, a consistent way to draw a gesture. Yeah, there will be a lot of gesture drawing in there, especially intuitive gesture drawing in shapes rather than restrictions. So there won't be, you know, anything like drawing with boxes. Again, we're trying to avoid that and trying to learn how to express ourselves. So we'll be drawing with shadow shapes, how to express yourself with line. Again, it's all intuitive stuff. Organic drawing, so yeah, there'll be a lot of that in there. You gotta check out the manga of Bleach. Yeah, same. I need to catch up on that. And I've never watched Dragon Ball. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Never watched, man. That is. I think we should do a Discord watch party watching Dragon Ball. That actually be super fun. So if anyone wants to join in, make sure you join the Discord. We have loads of fun little watch parties, drawing challenges, all sorts of stuff. Is Discord public? Yes, it is. It is public. You should. Yeah, you can copy links. Yeah. Yeah, Jay, if you could send the link over on the chat, that'd be great. Yeah, absolutely. Join us. We've got about 200 members, I think, something like that. It's a very active Discord. Lots of things going on, so definitely join in. Oh, nice. Of course, there you go. Close to 300, so... Yeah, I love it there. It's got really a wholesome vibe. Everyone's looking to encourage one another. There's a great sketchbook section where you can track your progress. And again, we have like little watch parties. One of them we were watching Backrooms together, which was a terrifying experience. So... definitely join in. This is an inaugural countdown stream to the course launching, which will be coming out in a few weeks. So again, thanks everyone for joining. Just here having a good time, having a good chat. Again, if you weren't here earlier, I was showing off some of the custom brushes I've made for the course. So this crazy one called Enigma, which is it's really amazing brush that is just more for fun, but just trying to get that energy in your lines being expressed, or just having fun, just playing around. Really crazy brush. I have one which is like called Willow, sort of like Willow Charcoal, so it's not designed to be easy to use, but again, it's going to give us a little bit of texture and energy when we're drawing. A refined version of that as well. See, it's quite nice to use that one. And we also have the Chaos one and Chaos Refined, which is more for technical work and blocking in. And the Refined one has some tapered edges and a bit of texture that you can use. That's what I use for the line work on this one. Okay, that was all using that brush. It's a beautiful tapers of opacity. So that's really nice, just for adding a little bit more technical stuff into your line work. Again, do not be shy. Make sure and get involved in chat. Hey, gosh, I've got a lot of drawing done. So if you want to let me know what you're working on just now, or anything you're struggling with, or if you look forward to the course, or anything that's on your mind, this is the place to let your feelings out. You've done triple what I can do, but yeah. No, you're Jay, you're doing fantastic, and it's a, I guess when you get to a certain point, you can just bash stuff out. That's what these streams are kind of, they're good because you can just draw without any. I mean, I'm just like drawing for just fun, but yeah, you get to a point where you can, and this is a good thing about drawing intuitively. Is a much faster way of drawing without being quite loose. So I would generally go and tidy things up a little bit, but it should be a point where you don't need to do that much. Again, I spoke about this a lot in the course, about getting to a point where the first sketch should be, everything should be, you should feel that essence and the soul of the drawing in the first sketch. The minute we try and lower the opacity and then try and redo it or trace over it, we're never going to capture that initial energy. Okay, and maybe the first one you don't like, that's fine, but then try it again. But don't try and draw over your initial one. Okay, struggle with foreshortening. Yeah, foreshortening is one of those things that is quite difficult, and it's something we just sort of need to practice. And using overlapping forms, I find is the best way of doing that, because otherwise it can be very difficult. And I really recommend the Masters of Anatomy book to practice that, because it can be quite tricky, but they do a really good job of showing how to do it. Bash. So yeah, it's not easy at all, but just something that requires quite a bit of practice. But using those wrapping lines can really help. That's probably better than what any sort of yeah, like I said, I'm not even the best at it. Even I can struggle with it, but it's a lot of time is just thinking when you're drawing something that's foreshortened, it's actually way smaller at the back and way shorter than you actually think it is when you're drawing something. That's really the key. Is that it's actually way shorter than what you think. If you can get around that, then usually you'll be absolutely fine. I don't even know what I'm drawing here. So yeah, that's something that I would suggest. Again, Master of Anatomy, I know you've done some of that yourself, but really hone in on those anatomy drawings. I'm practicing drawing faces right now. I struggle with weird angles. So what do you mean by weird angles? What angles in particular are weird for you? Because that could be different for everybody. So yeah, let me know what kind of angles you're struggling with. Do you mean angles in deep perspective or slightly off center sort of angles? Gosh, I can't believe how much I've drawn. This wasn't even meant to be much of a drawing stream, just a chill stream to count down the course, so we'll keep going. Below and from 3/4. So below is one of the hardest ones to do. But the way to think about it when you're doing a below angle, so when we have the eye here, what we're going to see is the bottom part of the eye is going to sort of flatten out. So the opposite when it's like looking down. Okay, so that's a key, right? And what you're going to notice is the nose is going to be much closer to the eyes than normal. Okay, so that's going to change quite a lot. Okay, what's also going to happen is the ear is going to come down. So as it's important to learn these converging lines. Okay, so as this comes down, the ear is then going to be lower on the face than normal. Okay, probably about there. Okay, and you're going to see a little bit of the jaw as well. Also, lips are going to be much closer to the nose as well, and they're going to curve downwards. Okay, you can see a bit more of that top lip as it comes down. Okay, so very important to think about that when you're drawing from below. 3/4. So 3/4 is again one of the trickier ones. In terms of the main three angles, you've got front view, 3/4, and you have side view, which I think is the easiest one. 3/4 is tricky. Now what you want to think, now I've got a little trick here that I go over with my students called the boomerang. So if you take a little boomerang shape, okay, you can use that to find the rest. I'll show you. So I have the second eyebrow, which comes in there. Okay, now if you remember your landmarks, if you've gotten this far, you can divide that into 3. Okay, we know the nose is going to be here. Okay, so we know the chin is going to end here. Okay, we can bring that up towards the jaw. Let's just indicate the eyes there. We'll indicate the lips as well. Make sure the lip line is closer to the nose than it is to the chin. And we can just bring the rest up. Another thing to note is the back of the head is going to come of the skull. Oops. Is going to come round to the back of the head. Okay, just bring that around to about there. Okay, back of the neck, straighten that off a little bit, and gives the corner of the eye to find the neck, and that is going to give you a nice placement for 3/4 view. Okay, so let me know if that helps. And was there another one? Off center. The off center is also difficult, so we can also use the boomerang method for this. So if the off center, so imagine the 3/4 view as this narrow angle, the boomerang can then be extended to be further out, so we can then extend the boomerang a little bit. Okay, so same process. We put in our second eyebrow. Okay, we're going to mark out where the nose is. Let's say it's about here. There's going to be a bit more space in there, and then we can mark that down and find our angles from there. And we can keep pushing that, so I think 3/4 might actually be more than that. Oh, sorry, it's off center, might be close to this. So yeah, same process. There you go. Big lips. So that's how I do it. Hopefully that helps you. Doing this intuitively, you can use that sort of boomerang to help you. And again, the more you want to rotate it, the bigger you can expand the boomerang. Okay. Yeah, give that a try and see if that helps. I know a few of my students have been using that and I find it quite helpful. So definitely give that a try. Oh no, what happened to my color? Oops. Okay, cool. I don't know if did we add the link to the Discord for Kai? I'm not sure. Let me grab that. There you go. And for anyone who wants to join, you can use that as well. Okay, gosh, we are getting through these drawings. So again, any more questions you have, let me know. a question, why is Marco Fu is at snooker? Yeah, that's a good question. He used to be really good, honestly, but he had to have eye surgery, and I think that's affected him. If anyone doesn't know, snooker is one of the most popular sports in the UK. I was telling Jay all about it. Now he's a super fan. So yeah, that's that's why we're talking about snooker. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did have eye surgery, so that that's definitely affected him. No, they didn't remove the. I'm pretty sure it was just lasers, but gosh, it wouldn't be me, that's for sure. I've been stuck on the shape of the nose and lips in a profile angle. Okay, let's tackle that. So, nose profile angle, you want to think of it like so. You can either make it super simple, which is pretty much just like this. Okay, what you want to do is make sure that from the bridge, the nostril doesn't go past this line. Okay, that's a big no-no. So always try and think of, if you have the bridge, show you. Okay, have the bridge coming down here. Just make sure when you do the nose that the nostril does not pass this. That's bad. Okay, don't do it. Stop there, and then you'll be absolutely fine. Okay, you also add a bit more nuance to your noses. If you come down to the top, if you add a little ball here and just come around the ball and add your nostril, we get a nice little shape there. You can just mess around with that shape a little bit, but just change the angle of that. A nice simple stylized nose. Okay, also you can also add detail. For a male nose, you can add, it's easier to add the bumps and things like that on the top. Add a bit more structure to it. So that helps you. And lips and profile angle. So again, lips, make sure your measurements are right. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Going to come down with a straight line to the middle of the nose. Okay, so remember with we were talking about earlier with the lip line. So if we know that the jaw is going to be here, okay, we know that the lip line has to be above this halfway point, okay, not up here, okay, around about there. So we put our lips in now, coming down, then we have a good area for our lips. Now, a way to think about it is, if you have lips, think about it like this M shape, okay? Okay, so if you can do that, you're already on your way, okay? So try and practice this little M shape here, okay? And that's where your lip is going to be. And what you're going to do then, you're just going to curve each part. So first part, you're going to curve. Second part, you're going to curve. Third part for the bottom lip, you can do the same. And then when it comes to the chin, you're going to think about like an upside down question mark, okay? So question mark just upside down. Make sure that's in a straight line. Try not to do this. Try not to do that. Try and have that in a nice straight line. Pull the jaw up close to horizontal. Try not to do this, okay? Try and keep it just above horizontal and get a nice solid jaw. Okay, so practice that M. If you want, for the side profile, you can just use these shapes to practice with to get used to the shape. and then start adding in your curves afterwards. Okay, so let me know if that helps. Please let me know. But yeah, it's one of those things just get used to. But side profile is one of the most fun ones to do. Okay, ran out of space, so I guess we'll just keep expanding this canvas. Gosh, it's gonna be 250 gigabyte canvas at this rate. Nice. Try that out, see how it goes. Hopefully that helps you. Let me know if anyone else has any questions. Doesn't need to be about a drawing problem. Want to ask anything in particular? That's fine. Okay, so we've got 13 people in stream at the moment. Thanks so much for joining. Are you following the Football World Cup? Yes, I am, but all my favourite teams have been eliminated, so that's annoying. I was born in South Africa, so that was one of my teams. Obviously, my main team is Scotland, because I grew up here. So Scotland had a terrible World Cup, really embarrassing. They had a tough group. There were Brazil and Morocco, but yeah, it wasn't great. South Africa did fantastic. They started off really bad, then they were fantastic, and they lost that last-minute goal against Canada, which really broke a lot of hearts. My other teams that I like, Japan are one of my favorite teams. I've followed them for a long time. They also were unlucky against Brazil with a last-minute goal. They lost. That hurt because they've never been past that stage. On my other African team, Senegal were 2-0 up, lost 3-2 to Belgium last minute. Egypt 2-0 up, lost to Argentina 3-2. Last minute goals, man, that really hurt. Senegal should never have lost that game. Egypt, well, that was something else. Morocco as well were just terrible against France. They just really didn't turn up. France were too good, but Morocco were really bad. Yeah, Cape Verde were amazing. If they had got past Argentina or even took it to penalties, that would have been absolutely insane. They were so close. What a performance. Just shows you they were just not scared to attack. They played football the right way. And yeah, they were one of the stories. They won the World Cup for me. They were just amazing. Gosh, what a story. Who else? Yeah, obviously our neighbours England are close to winning it. I know a lot of people in Scotland wouldn't be happy with that, but they have got a phenomenal team, and I think they'll beat Argentina. I think they'll be too strong. Argentina, I mean, they should have lost to Egypt. They were lucky against Cape Verde. Switzerland were better than them until they got a red card. Yeah, I can't see how they're going to beat England unless England really don't perform. But I think France will win the whole thing. I think they're just operating at a higher level. Only other good teams are left. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that I think FIFA organized this in a way that the top four teams couldn't meet each other until the the final stages and look what's happened. So imagine that. Yeah, I was hoping for more upsets, more underdogs. Norway was the last underdog team left, and they were, there was a moment in that match where Sorloth could have passed it to Haaland to make it 2-0. For some stupid reason, he didn't pass it, and Haaland was just in open space. I just every time I watch that, it just gets worse. And they didn't make it 2-0, then they ended up losing 2-1. So man, it's just small margins. And from Argentina, the match against Egypt, yeah, Egypt was just one of the craziest games. Even the Cape Verde game, I think that was one of the best matches I've ever watched in my life. The Egypt game was insane as well. So good luck tomorrow against England. It's going to be a match with old rivals. One of the biggest rivalries in the world. So much history, hand of God, all that stuff. Spain looks really good, but I think France advances and Argentina wins. Yeah, Spain do look incredible. I think they're on a 33 unbeaten match run. They did beat France in the Euros a couple of years back, I think. But this France team looks unbeatable to me. And Argentina, I don't see them winning. I don't know how they're gonna. I mean, the teams I played, all respect to Cape Verde, Egypt, and Switzerland. England are much higher level, and Argentina didn't look good against those teams, so it's going to be tough for them. But if anyone can do it, they can. They've got amazing fighting spirit. The whole country's shutting down. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, there's a lot of history, a lot of political tension between Argentina and England, obviously with the Falkland Islands stuff. So it's the UK maybe in general, but especially with England and Argentina. So there's so much, there's just so much history in this match. Like I said, the Maradona hand of God in the 1986 World Cup, where he did a handball and it counted as a goal when he struck the ball with his hand and it went in. So, and then he scored the most amazing goal ever at World Cup, but he dribbled past the whole team and scored. I mean, it's unbelievable. So yeah, so I hope that answered your questions. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the match tonight. It's going to be an amazing game. I do think France will win. But man, I'm so sad about Japan. They were so close. Oh man, that hurts. Yeah, their whole team is just, France for so many years have just had so many world class players at the same time. It's like we just don't even know what their golden generation. They always seem to have a golden generation, and yeah, it's just they've always got phenomenal. I mean, their front three is Mbappe, Olise, Dembele, are all world class. It's really scary. Olise is just ridiculous. Yeah, I know. I look. This was the first, the closest. The last time I played Brazil in World Cup 20 years ago, they lost 4-1. This was the closest they ever were to matching them, and they were so close to reaching, well, winning a knockout stage game for the first time. They have so many good players now, but it seemed to be a mentality thing. They just went really defensive. They scored the first goal, and then they just went super defensive, and yeah, it was they almost waited for Brazil to score against them. And then they lost to 2 goals, so it's really unfortunate. Once again, thanks everyone for being here. It's great to have you. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much, Jay. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. And I will see you on the next stream for sure. Thank you for the kind words. If anyone has any questions about mentorship, the course, or just anything in general, make sure to ask. Do not be shy. Have you ever played tabletop role? No, I haven't actually. I haven't, though I've heard a lot of good things about them. I know some artists who... There's an artist who's from here who's working on a tabletop role-playing game, Paul Scott Canavan. It actually looks amazing. It's kind of like a Dark Souls theme, dark fantasy. But no, I've not played them. I think it sounds like I'm missing out. Oh, nice, cool. Is there Kapinski inspired? So that one was one of his drawings. This one is mine, and mine's trying to rotate the character a little bit. So yeah, I don't really do much in terms of Western stuff, but I know Carl does for sure. What's the game? What's the game called? Is it called Wild Imaginary? Again, just a nice, fun, chill stream. Glad to have you here. Oh, nice. I need to check that out. Hardy Fowler. Check that out. Oh, cool. Oh, I've not seen this artist before. Wow, that's amazing. Beautiful style. This is beautiful as well. Gosh. Yeah, very nice. You can see how this would fit into that game. This is really cool, really lovely shapes here as well. Wow. That is brilliant. Arms dealer is fantastic. Really impressive. Love the use of the graphic shapes. Very consistent style as well. Reminds me a bit of the art for what's that name of that game? What's it called? Starts with a D. The Serbian artist Sergei Koldasov. Really reminds me of that. Bit cleaner though, bit smoother. Wow, really good. Thanks for showing me that. I believe it was nice to be here. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much, Fran. Thanks for asking really nice questions. Great to have you here. Hopefully see you in the next one. Again, I'll be doing these every day up until the course launch. We'll have a celebration stream when it launches. But yeah, thanks so much. See you soon. Got to give this guy ears. Verb. So yeah, just having some fun here on the stream. Thanks so much everyone for joining. Again, if you have any questions, please say hello. Let us know who you are. This is a way to connect with each other. Again, if you're interested in mentorships, join my website or look at my website, andrewrussellart.com. It's in the description to check that out. What's the Jazz? The Jazz is a Pokemon Jazz theme thing that I downloaded and really liked. So I just downloaded it just for some background music. So I think it is yeah, it's all Japanese, but I think it is Gold and Silver, I think. Legendary Games. Or might be a mix, I'm not sure. So if you like this file, let me know and I can send it to you afterwards, because I won't be doing much else with this, so you can have this if you want. Okay, and like I said before, I've made some custom brushes for the course that you can try out that are a lot of fun. I hope to see a lot of you in the upcoming streams, where we'll be, I'm thinking of making them themed maybe, I'm not sure, trying something different each time, or we'll just do some chilled ones. I need to wait and see. Gosh, we did a lot of drawing today. Again, feel free to join the Discord link I put in the chat. So we have a lot of fun stuff. Fun challenges in here. You can join, got a 5-minute challenge, drawing stuff we don't want to draw. Got the book challenge we're doing at the moment. We're drawing from Hampton, so a competition, so you can make it to the end. Those little art battles as well. You can join in those too. And we have a nice little sketchbook section here where you can post your stuff and track your progress. There's a leaderboard in there as well. Really fun, cozy place. We have some watch parties that we do too, either through maybe some live events like we did Summer Games Fest. That was fun. We watched Backrooms, which was terrifying. We're going to do a little gaming competition soon as well, so definitely check that out. Again, if you want to get some one-to-one training, one-to-one help, then please let me know. You're gonna lose in Street Fighter 4. Fight me. No way. No way you wouldn't beat me at Street Fighter 4. I was the Hakan King. Oh, I missed that game. Yeah, if you want to play me, let's do it. Let's do a first to 5. Wait, Basti, I thought you left, but you came back. So just playing around with this new brush that I've made. Jeez, thunderstorm, it's crazy. Hope everybody's okay. But great to have you back. Yeah, just some fun here. Nice little afternoon sketching session. How long are we going to? Oh gosh, almost 3 hours. Jeez. A lot of fun scribbles in this one. Anyone gonna get Marvel Tokon? Yes, I will be getting Marvel Tokon. So if anyone wants to play Ernest, let's jump on, let's get some games, because I'm super excited. Art style in that game is so good, the themes are amazing, characters, I mean, you've got Green Goblin, Carnage in there, Black Panther, a female Shuri, it's amazing. Did I say Carnage? Yeah, he's going to be there too. Gosh, that game, I'm so excited. Okay, let's do some harder stuff, as in some edgier stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive. What was it, like, yes, $60, something like that? Yeah. I don't usually pay full price for games, but this one I want to get, so. I told my friend about Backrooms because he showed it to me. I can't wait what he's gonna say. Yeah, we need to know the watch party for Backrooms. Definitely to do that on stream on the Discord watch party. So again, if you want to join us in Discord, it's super fun. So make sure you jump in. Again, the link is there. I'll post it again for you. Yeah. No, don't worry. We do make that joke. We also we are is awesome group of people, and I really love the community we built, and yeah, it's super fun. So, and Bassie's probably one of our most active members, and he will greet you with a gift that's usually join our cult. Yes, absolutely. There's so much going on in the Discord. It's got everything. It's got your challenges, got art focus, channels, so you can just talk about how you feel about your art and have discussions there, and got your sketchbooks for checking out other people's work, tracking their progress, and just being inspired to draw, which is great. So it's it's definitely worth checking it out. Yeah, no worshipping Andrew channel yet. Definitely don't imagine that anytime soon, but open to any suggestions. Thanks so much, Ernest. Great to see you here, and hopefully see you on the next one. Yeah, no, you are funny. That did make me laugh. Never change, Basti. Never change. Mhm. Like I said, whenever you want this file, after we've done, let me know. Just shoot me a message, and I'll send you. We did a lot of drawing today. I mean, that's crazy. It's a lot of fun stuff. Nothing too serious, as you can see by these wonderful examples here. So as we are, oops, it's froze. So we might not get to send that off after all. Okay, I think that's probably time to wrap up. I would say, is any of you have any questions? Oh, it hasn't froze, has it? Oh, it has froze. Okay. Okay, well, thanks so much, everybody. So what we'll do is, anybody has any last minute questions before we go, please ask them now, because we're about to wrap up. It's 3 hours, quite a long stream. If not, then get your questions ready, because we'll be back tomorrow around the same time, I assume. Should be around the same time in the afternoon. And we will be 27 days left to course launch. So we are definitely making progress. Well, it's the first day, so super excited about that. It's really big moment for me, because I've worked my butt off trying to make it happen with the help of Colosso, and I hope it's going to help you all on your artistic journey. So I'll give it a couple of minutes, see if there's any more questions. Oh, hey Finn, thanks for joining. You joined us right at the end of the stream, but great to see you here. Thank you so much. Oh gosh, why you gotta remind me about that? Shoot. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, so I'll give it a couple of minutes. Anyone's got any additional questions? Fire them out now, because you won't get another chance until tomorrow. This has been super fun. Like I said, we got through a hell of a lot of drawing on this, although my file that we made is frozen. I don't know if I can recover that. Yeah. Yeah. That is unfortunate. Man, that must have been a huge file size. No, I don't want to get kicked out of the challenge. Don't worry, I will be there Thursday. I will be there. Don't worry about that. I have to. I'm the Discord. Well, it's my Discord, so I need to set an example. Okay, cool. I see there's no more questions, so make sure you save your questions for tomorrow. Again, this is a special occasion. I'm doing a daily stream up until the course launch. So thank you so much, everybody. This has been so much fun. Thank you for the lovely questions and support. It really means a lot. Hopefully, well, I'm gonna have to I'll be doing this every day, so there's no hopefully. I will be here. I know I make a lot of promises when I've done some streams, but I will be here tomorrow, and should be a good one. I might do a themed subject, I'm not sure. You are a knight in shiny armor. It's okay, thank you so much. Thanks so much, Finn, and everybody who's here. So if you're just joining, you can catch the stream back on replay when it's available. Don't know if it goes up straight away. I think it takes about a day or so, but it will be there. And there should be some more YouTube videos coming out soon as well, so we'll look forward to that too. As always, check out the mentorship and Patreon as well, but most importantly, join the Discord, which is public, and get involved in the community. Cool. Okay, that is it from me. I'm going to go have something to eat because I'm very hungry. But it has been a pleasure spending this time with you all. See ya.